things. And yeah, I was actually up here earlier trying to organize some stuff and make room for more collectibles. I actually just got. I went to AMC and they have a new popcorn bucket.
Yes, which the one, the Batman one?
Yeah, the bat signal.
Oh,
I got
man, damn. I didn't even get to go there. I didn't when I went to watch damn, what I just watched?
Alien?
No, not Alien. Oh man, I can't even remember, but they didn't have it yet. And then my brother took him and his wife and the kids went to watch Aliens, and they had it, man. I was like, I'm gonna just go just to get the popcorn bucket and just go back home.
That's what I did. I walked in AMC.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker for those popcorn buckets. I'm running out of room.
But you just intrigued me because now I want Gremlins statues now. Because that's been on my bucket list for a minute. I got Killer Clowns. I got that from the devs. I got the big Killer Clown statue. Now I want the game. I'm kind of jealous. You got the Gremlin statues. Sheesh.
Hey, where'd he go?
I am jealous, man. That is so dope. I got Freddy Krueger. I got Jason.
I think his connection may have dropped out.
I got a Michael Myers statue.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got Howard. My favorite statue is my Howard the Duck statue, though, but that's not.
Oh wow.
That's not horror, but it's my favorite one.
So real quick, so I have the Gremlin stuff here.
Oh my God! Look at Stripe! Look at Stripe!
I have like my Freddy picture. I have my Dexter. I have like Halloween stuff.
That is so dope, bro.
I have, so it's a mess. So there it is.
The bucket, yeah, I want it.
It even turns on.
I'm going to get it.
So I have a life-size Jack.
Oh, the Jack.
Have a signed Michael, Ghostface.
Yeah, I got the Michael.
So I have a life-size Gremlin right here.
See, I'm jealous.
I have a life-size Sam. And then for Gremlins, I have like 3 different cases of Gremlins.
I'm so jealous.
Oh, wow.
And then I have like, Jay and Silent Bob, Jaws, a bunch of crap. And then I started hanging autograph posters up on the ceiling. And then more Ghostface.
I had to move certain stuff because I no longer have a man cave. It's like hate to say this, it's a his and her cave now. So I had to move certain things. I had to take certain things out so she could put her computer and because we have separate gaming setups. So I had to move. The pool table is going now, and it's just.
Oh yeah, that's not him and hers anymore. That's hers.
Yeah,
So gentlemen.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Oh, we're
Stop giving fuzzy ideas.
He's retired, man. Let him live.
I'm giving him ideas.
I didn't even show him most of the room. That was just a quick peek.
Oh. I no longer have a man cave. It's a his and her cave.
Oh, yeah, mine went bye for the boys for the longest time. Like when they were like up to 13, they were in like the like not twin beds, but like the bunk beds or whatever. And my wife was like, "They're getting too old for that," and I'm like,
"Yeah."
So pretty much, my former man cave is now my other son's room, so they have each their own room, and I got all my stuff in the closet and on the computer desk type of thing.
I still got my daughter's. She's grown. She's, a doctor now. I got 2 young boys, and I'm surprised they haven't ran down. You'll hear them. They'll probably be running through here in a while. But yeah, man, I'm not. You just made me sad again, man. God, it's no longer. I got past it, man. I had got past it. Now I'm looking like, Damn, it's definitely no long. It's definitely a his or her cave now, man.
I'm here to inspire, not make you feel bad.
No, I'm just thinking about it's no longer me, like it's me and her now. But I mean, it's cool when your spouse is into the same things that you're into. It's so dope.
Yeah.
It's so
Just
dope.
not this movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Fuzz,
Well-
I didn't tell you. I told your wife I didn't tell you. I had the missus sit down with me to watch it. Like, and she got so pissed off. She thought I was like joking, trolling her. She's like, I ain't watching this shit. What is this? And left.
She wants a divorce now, Fuzz. I hope you're happy.
Yeah, I thought my wife was punking me as well. I'm like, wait, what? I'm all ready for like something like along the lines of like Friday the 13th kind of thing, or
Yeah.
some other like camp sleepaway movies, and it's like, wait, what? Oh,
Oh
they
man,
got
I was
jokes.
dying,
Oh.
dog.
All right, well, let's do
I
this.
was like, where's the
Let's do
camera,
this.
hun?
Let's do the intros, and then we can get into it, and I'll tell you why I picked this movie.
I can't wait. Because you hate the three of us. That's
All right,
why.
well, for intros, I'll pass it on to you, Cole.
Go ahead.
Cole,
Oh,
let
you just-
everybody know what you got going on and what you've been up to.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm OG TK Cole. Right now, I'm just, getting out the hospital. Was in the hospital for like 24 days. I was sick, but I'm into gaming. I'm into movies. I'm into great TV shows. I was invited to the podcast by Fuzzy and his wife, and I'm just so happy to be here because I'm a huge horror buff. I'm pretty sure you guys heard us rambling just now, but like I said, I'm happy to be here. You can, find me on Twitter, always talking about video games, or in Fuzzy's DMs, rambling about something.
Yeah, always a good conversation. So glad you could join us today. Always appreciate your takes on gaming stuff, but I never knew you were into horror movies and stuff like that.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely this will be a good fit for you as well. For Presto is returning as a like normal panel member. So Presto, what have you been up to and what you got going on?
I just kind of been keeping it simple, keeping it quiet. I was at a concert last week at the Stardom Ballroom, a band I've been listening to since like early 2000s, E-Town Concrete. They're really not active anymore, but they like do a show every year, every other year, and I saw something I didn't see before. They actually picked up a guy in a wheelchair and he crowd surfed from the back of the arena all the way up to the front. So that was pretty awesome. Wow. Yeah. And besides that, just looking forward to this 3-day weekend,
Oh yeah.
Seems like everyone else is
Labor Day
too.
weekend's always nice.
Very nice. Amazing, as my son would say.
What have you two been up to?
And well, Fee, you go ahead and start off.
So basically I started back at school, so just getting ready for the students and stuff like that. We had open house for the 9th graders only, and of course not just 9th graders showed up. There's always those kids that's like, yeah, I want to see who's there, and I want to be loud, and I want to, they always have like music to start with, and I'll be dancing in the auditorium, like running around the school, because opportunity to walk the halls without getting in trouble, right? So yeah. So besides that, I think the only thing we have coming up in September, I was gonna do the Tidewater, but it's Virginia, and Fuzzy doesn't want to go all the way out to Virginia.
Attaboy.
Really?
Yeah.
So I think we're just gonna go up to the Mohoan Drive-In and do the Texas Chainsaw and Evil Dead trilogies.
When is that?
So that's the 20th and the 21st of September.
Because that's like a 45-minute hour drive for me. I was there
Yeah.
once or twice. Nice place.
Well, I would check to see if they still have tickets because they had
Yeah,
another
they go
one.
fast.
Yeah, Camp Blood went fast.
That's this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one went fast. They're gonna have John Wooders up there. They opened that one up. It's just the only thing I have an issue with, and I know why. I mean, John Wooders is way older than me, and I'm not too young, so the 6 feet, kind of stand 6 feet apart from each other when you're taking the photo.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but it's just I'd rather just kind of meet them and actually talk to them 6 feet away instead of just taking a photo with them, kind of thing. So
Yeah, understandable.
10 seconds with them is just not enough. If it's not going to look chummy. So yeah, I decided we weren't going to go to that one either. So yeah, I really am disappointed though that Return of the Corn Zombies is filming in Illinois. I would have really loved to have gone to that one, but it is 11 hours away, and Fuzzy is not going to drive me there.
I'm not the biggest fan of flying either, but
and he's not a fan of flying. That is true. He has a lot of anxiety and stress with that. So yeah, I think I'm going to miss out
bad
on
luck
that.
on planes.
Yeah. So right now it's just excuse me kind of getting back to being a school teacher right now. But we're still gonna have the podcast, so that's a good thing, right?
And then for me, I've just been trying to do some gaming. Trying to play Atomic Heart before it leaves Game Pass. Getting ready to sign up for Ubisoft Plus to play the Star Wars Outlaws. Been playing a lot of Diablo just because I'm into those ARPGs, and they've made the grind a lot less grindy. But as far as movies, outside of the one that we're going to discuss today, I don't think I've watched much other than I think a couple of weeks ago we went to see the Deadpool and Wolverine, and then we went to see Alien Romulus, which I really enjoyed.
Good. Did y'all talk about it already?
No, we haven't done the Aliens podcast. We had some brief moments telling people it's definitely worth a watch.
I need to be there when you do. I loved it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have something on Aliens. I'm hoping the director gets his wish to do something with Aliens versus Predators down the road. But man, I'm definitely looking forward to more of those movies because he did it right. Basically,
he's what we needed.
Yeah, but outside of that, kind of still waiting for. I guess it's supposed to be later this year for 28 years, or is that next year?
Next year, I think, right? Beginning of next year.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be. It's supposed to come out late June of 2025.
Okay.
My birthday. My birthday.
But the one that they're doing, the next one is going to have a shorter time span between this one because they're already filming it.
Okay,
good.
So there will be 2 coming out.
Well, that's great because it's been too long, and 28 weeks was nice. Still prefer 28 days, but there were things in 28 weeks I really enjoyed. And
me too.
I just hope we get what we've been looking forward to with this 28 years one. I think revisiting the original story to some extent will probably it'll put a stamp on the series in general. But always been a fan of that type of zombie horror, which I know they're not truly zombies, but they're close enough as far as I'm concerned. So, but that's it for what I've been doing. But if Fee, why don't you take us through some of your questions or topics that you would like us to talk about with this movie? Because kind of surprised me with this one. I don't know if surprise is a good way to describe it. It was. I'll say it was interesting, nonetheless.
Uh-huh.
But
She
go
Uh-huh.
ahead
has
and
her
start us
reasons
off.
why she wanted us to watch it, so let's.
So Fuzzy tried to fall asleep once, and I wasn't having it, so I woke him up.
Sounds accurate.
Mhm.
Um. So some of you had commented, off and on the live stream. Felisa Rose was in this one, and she's in a lot of stuff. She was supposed to be in the movie that I was a production assistant on. She's supposed to be in a few more coming, out and stuff like that. Some that are being filmed right now, including one with Xander Goldman, which is Crimson Harvest. They haven't
Yeah.
started production yet, but they're going to be filming between May 2025 and October 2025.
Yeah, I was just reading that not too long ago.
Yeah, so she does a lot of stuff. She's going to be on Joe Bob Briggs, kind of like a movie-thon or whatever, horror movie-thon.
Mm-hmm.
So she's all over the place. And some of the things she's in are really great. One of them was originally, Sleepaway Camp.
Mm-hmm.
That was her very first movie. She was supposed to be in 2 and 3, but she had gotten into, I believe it was the NYU film school and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
they were like, no, you can't defer. You got to go to school, otherwise, you might not be able to get in again.
It's
So
hard to get in that.
yeah, that's why she wasn't in 2 and 3. And then they made this. And this was, it was a little spoof. But she's actually friends with
Yeah, I was getting ready.
Field.
I was telling
Mhm.
I think I said that to Fuzzy or
Yep.
Presto that they're friends. That's
Yeah,
why she was on it.
Yep, they're friends, and she's friends with a lot of people. So some of the other people that were in it, if you guys didn't catch it, Joe Estevez was in it, which is Martin Sheen's brother.
Yes.
So they are.
NYU film school graduate as well.
Yep. So David Campfield knows a lot of people in the industry, and that's why he gets people in his films, because one, they know they're spoofs, they're not serious, they can play around with it, and they're gonna get made. Any way you look at it, he has connections in the industry, so they're gonna get made and everything. So I wanted to do this one because one, we're going back to school, summer camp is over, but I could not get the 5th installment of the actual Sleepaway Camp, because this one, even though this is a spoof, it's still in Felicia Rose's and a lot of people's minds that this is part of the installment, one of the installments in the Sleepaway Camp lineup. But there was a 5th installment, which unfortunately was not fully made. It got, I think it was definitely less than 40 minutes of actual film time, and then they just stopped production of it in the middle of filming. And when they did that, they went back afterwards, the director and the producers and stuff went back afterwards and cut in some of the old footage to try and make it longer, and it did not do well, of course. And unfortunately, it has just gone and disappeared. And that's the one I really tried to do, because I wanted at least people to know that it existed, but unfortunately I couldn't find it. There is an article on it from Bloody Disgusting if you want to go on to their channel, kind of look up, the 5th installment of Sleepaway Camp. they did do a good job in displaying what the events are of the movie and stuff like that. And unfortunately, it probably would have bombed anyway, even if
Yeah.
it was put out there and actually filmed fully. So that was sad, but I was able to get you guys to watch this, and I'm not sorry about it. I'm not. But I do understand that this is probably um, going to be a brutal critique of it from all
I've
of you.
not really, because I've seen worse.
Oh, you've seen worse?
I've seen way worse.
What is your worst movie?
The man on the front. No, the man was the man on the front porch or the man on the front stair. I forget. I think it's the man on the front porch. Was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
It was just an hour and a half of a guy rocking back and forth.
Bro, when I tell you that movie was bad, it was bad. That movie could have had Denzel Washington, Tom Hanks, any
Samuel
A-list
Jackson.
actor that got an Oscar, and that movie, they couldn't have saved it.
So yeah. So first of all, let's talk about
Was bad at it. Oh,
let's first talk about your interpretation of the events of the film. Who wants to go first on that?
you want me to go? Well, you want me to go, or you gonna go first?
No, you can go, Cole.
Okay, my interpretation, it was definitely a spoof. It was a spoof within a spoof. That's the creative thing about it. It was like a double entendre, to be honest with you. And they were basically spoofing Hollywood. And not just horror, they were spoofing Hollywood as well. They were spoofing directors, they were spoofing producers, they were spoofing certain things and making innuendos about Hollywood big wigs and certain things, especially the ending where the guy calls again and asks him to come to the house, to fly out to that. Like, it was just so many things in there. I don't want to go on because there's certain other things I could say, but that has to do with the making of the picture. So I'll drop it right there.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think spoilers are okay on this one because, in all honesty, people are going to watch this just because they know it's bad. So telling people what happens throughout it is not really what's going to deter them from watching it, because
Exactly.
I think we can throw out spoilers on this one if anybody wants to. But does anybody else want to give other impressions of the film?
So my impression of the film was, it was just like a group of buddies that got together and just like, yo, you want to film a movie this weekend? It's like, yeah. And then they meet up with like Felissa at like a con. It's like, hey, we're going to film a movie. She's like, well, I got nothing to do until tomorrow. I'll do a couple scenes. And then she like shows up and does them a solid. And it's like, yeah, my name might get you a couple more views. And yeah, I mean, if she wasn't in it, ooh, I think it would be really painful then.
I just looked at it as like, remember the Naked Gun movies?
Yeah.
This would be like if high school kids made the Naked Gun movies, but wanted to do a horror spin to it. And yeah, there were parts that were funny, but it was like, for me, it was a little brutal because I'm expecting, like I said earlier, I was expecting something like Friday the 13th level, or something more gory or something like that. I'm like, oh, she's going to try to get me to watch something where they're chopping heads off and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And when the guy was doing the acting in the beginning part, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to be a famous actor and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, that's what this is. Okay. So, and the fact that they had more of like the horror stuff was more comedic in the sense of, you know, the dismemberment and whatnot. But, you know, they had a lot of the traditional tropes about, you know, who dies and how they die and things while they're dying, people trying to help them and things that wind up happening. So it was entertaining in that regard. But I'm looking at my wife like, you punked me, didn't you? Like, where's the camera, hun? You're waiting for my expression or something. You didn't just pick this so I can seriously watch this. You picked this to see if I would stay put on the couch and not run off like, I can't watch this kind of thing. But it wasn't terrible, but it's probably one of the worst I've seen in a while. But my qualification for worst, like I'm that guy that liked Ishtar, just for the one scene where he's like, here's somebody that hated us so much they drove all the way across the desert to shoot at us. Yeah, that this was funny and terrible, but I kind of understand it. Like they were going for, and from what I hear, I guess they have a series of these things, or continuations. So it's to be expected, but I think Presto knocked it out of the park with, hey, a bunch of friends were like, let's make a movie, and they got an actress to appear in it, you know, and you know, here we are.
I will say this. You can tell by certain things because, like I said, I'm a movie aficionado. So, but you can tell that if these guys really shot a movie and was serious, because you could, you know, they wasn't serious,
right?
You hope they weren't serious.
They would knock it out the park. It's just certain things that they did in this movie that lets me know that if they get the budget that they want in Hollywood, they can actually shoot him. So don't be surprised if you see him one day on the big stage and you're like, oh, he used to make this garbage back in the day. Because that's where they plucked. You got to remember, that's where they plucked M. Night from.
Yeah,
the Mr. I'm Mr. Hit or Miss.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where they plucked him from, obscurity. So never, you know.
So with this individual, David Camfield, the funny thing is that he gets a lot of B movie scream queens and you know, actors and stuff like that all the time. He has Beverly Randolph in one of them, and if you remember where she's from, she's, you know, the one that did The Return of the Living Dead. And if you are following along with that, she's actually kind of in a court battle right now with Living Dead Media over those rights so that they can make Trash's Revenge. So I, like I said, we were at Monster Mania when they officially, Living Dead Media officially filed in court. And we know that's gonna be months before we see anything.
Just like the Friday the 13th situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be just like that.
Yeah, but he does get a lot of scream queens. So Felicia Rose being in this doesn't surprise me, especially since, you know, they kind of are friends and everything. But what kind of does surprise me is, you know, Joe Estevez isn't in much, and he chose to be in this one. So I would love to see what that relationship is, because they seem to be having fun.
It's, you could tell it's like Presto said, hey, I'm doing this, man. You guys want to jump in there? This is just the pad stats. This movie was the pad the stats until he gets his break. That's what this is. And I'm not mad at it. I'm definitely not mad at it. Will I watch it again? Nope.
But I kind of wonder how much money do they get out of this when they do these very micro budgets, because if you look at some of the micro budgets, 30,000, 20,000, less than 10, like, and you see somebody that's a scream queen, you see somebody that, you know, is doing, you know, other films that, you know, have bigger productions. I kind of wonder, what are they getting out of it? Especially when you know this isn't going into the theaters, it's going straight to streaming.
It almost makes you wonder, like, sometimes when people make movies, it's like they have an option where it's like, all right, we're not sure this is gonna be a hit. So do we really try to make it a hit, or do we just try to have fun and, like, you know, maybe hope it's like a Trolls 2, where, like, who knows, Trolls 2, you know, when it first came out, it was like the worst movie ever. Now it has like such a cult following. It's like a classic. So like
Clowns too.
so like, do some people actually do that with movies where it's like, you know, this may suck, but maybe it'll become a classic 5, 10, 20 years from now. And people are looking back and, you know, they gather at the campsite like Friday the 13th and they watch the movie over again. But yeah, this movie, it took me 3 times today to watch it because I kept taking a nap. And my wife even texted me at one point, is like, you ain't going to be finishing that movie. And I just woke up. I was like, why? And she said, snoring. And I was like, yeah, it was.
But you know that's a good point, because if you are a horror movie buff, you have seen the cult classics that, you know, had micro budgets. People were begging, borrowing, and stealing in order to get, and people, you know, even get sick on these movies, like the director from Meat Market. If you haven't seen Meat Market, you can't really call yourself a horror movie buff, because this was not only a micro budget, but this is one of the ones where the director decided he was going to play a zombie, and they used raw chicken, and he got salmonella poisoning. It's like, you know, are these micro budget films safe in some sense? Like, has anybody ever seen Pathogy?
Man, the stuff we grew up on as horror buffs.
Yeah.
You look back at it now, and you know those budgets was micro.
Mm-hmm.
Them late 70s, early 80s horror movies, man.
Oh yeah. But my question is, has anybody ever seen Pathogen?
Yes.
Okay. So that was made by, how old was she? 13 at the time? Yeah,
12, about to be 13.
12-year-old girl. 12-year-old girl. So let me tell you, it's the funniest thing. I actually bought this thing, and you know, it's one, it's hard to find. 2, it's not the most expensive movie I've purchased. It was under $50 when I purchased it, but even $50 for, you know, a movie that, you know, is bad. But you know, was her first film. 13. She did what was it? My first vampire, my vampire, or something like that. She did another movie where she was in a love twisted relationship with a vampire as a teenager. So I found this movie, and guess what? It's on Tubi now. Pathogen is on Tubi. Everybody needs to check it out. This is one of the youngest directors ever to put out a horror movie, and y'all should see it because it is a cult classic. And I don't know how long it's going to be on Tubi, but it is an experience, and that's what seeing the Summer Camp Massacre is about. You know it's bad, but word of mouth has kept this thing alive, and there's a reason for it. And kind of that's what the theme is. We're talking about movies that not only are bad, but you got to watch them because there's something else underneath it on why it was made, why it was created. And Caesar and Otto's, it's actually the title is Caesar and Otto's Summer Camp Massacre. You should see some of them because they're bad, but there are little things about them that, you know, make you giggle and make you think, hey, that's the dumbest thing ever, but I probably wind up doing that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, the guy got into the swimmer that supposedly won the medal and everything. He gets in a biohazard. container to hide. Come on now.
Yeah, it's just certain things, especially cracking the bottle at the end, cracking the bottle of ether, and felt like it's just certain little things, man, that nuances that if they really put it together, they can like do a great movie. It's just little certain things that I seen while watching it, because I critique every little thing, even in bad movies. And I say things like, we know M. Night Shyamalan is hit or miss. He's either going to give you a great movie or he's going to give you a what the hell,
and his latest is Trapped, and we're seeing that some people are like, this is outstanding movie, and others are saying, nope, Josh is the one who saved this movie, don't watch it for anything else but seeing Josh Hartnett, right?
I actually liked it. I don't know, man.
I see it tomorrow, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. You haven't seen it, but I liked it. I think I said this to you before, Fuzzy. We was just talking about movies. M. Night is a genius that's stuck in a box. Like, you ever meet a person that's so smart that they don't know what to do with it? They don't know what. That's him in the movie. Yeah. Like he's just out there, and I don't think a lot of people like. Let me give you a perfect example. Dune, one of my favorite sci-fi books of all time. Yes, the Dune movies are cool, but they're never going to be able to give us the real essence of Dune, because the book is hard to recreate in movie form. That's the mind of M. Night Shyamalan. Certain things I don't care what you have in your mind, certain things are just hard to show on the screen. Yeah. And you can tell that what he's doing. That's why he's so hit or miss. And it's like, what the hell with him? Like, he's a genius, but it's hard to show it in movie form.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of times people look for like that twist of plot kind of thing, and they don't have to always be a twist of plot type of deal. And I think when people go in expecting that, that kind of not just pigeonholes them, but then they may not enjoy the movie for the fact that it didn't deliver on what they probably expected before they even saw it, kind of thing. So that's I guess part of the trade-off. But yeah, I enjoyed Sixth Sense. I enjoyed I still have to see some more of his superhero ones, like the original Mr. Glass and Unbreakable and stuff. Enjoyed those, but there were some other ones that were like, okay, I get the whole thing with the bees. Signs I liked.
What about The Village? That was a good one.
The Village was solid. It was solid.
Yeah.
When she comes over the fence at the end, you're like, holy shit, it's present day. And like all of it at the end hits you. You're like, oh my God, like that's genius.
It was. It really was. Sometimes he's that guy that, when people tell you to think outside the box, he takes it literally and goes like so far out. Like he goes, shoo.
I don't even think he was in the box, so he didn't really have to think outside it, because he's always been way out there. I enjoy his movies, so.
Me too. That's why I'm stumping for him so hard.
Yeah, I like his movies. I just think some of them. So I didn't really like the whole entire trilogy. So Glass was good.
Split.
The other one, what was the first one?
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. But the second one, I found a little boring. Probably because I've seen better psychos, better, interpretations of dissociative disorder. And I also thought that the connection to what she experienced with her uncle was, it could have been a little bit more nuanced than it was.
Okay,
Didn't have to
understandable.
be flat out like that. It could have been a little bit more nuanced. I don't think a grown man getting naked really, in front of a young child is I think that's too much direct language there, direct gestures. And I think that could have been left out.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. You sound
So
like the missus. I agree
yeah,
though.
yeah.
You said the same thing when we saw that.
hmm Yeah, I mean, you go all the way back to Nightmare on Elm Street. We knew what was going on. It- you knew what Freddy was doing, but it didn't have to be in your face like that.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1 is one of the greatest horror movies of all time. And I stand on it. It's not the greatest.
hmm
It's one of the greatest. Because that was mean Freddy. I didn't like funny Freddy. I liked that mean, angry Freddy. Like that's the Freddy I like. Like when he
Yeah.
in part 2, when they was having the pool party and he just walked
hmm
through the fence and went on fire. He said, "Oh, you're all my children." Now, like I like angry, mean Freddy.
hmm
When he started getting funny and stuff,
hmm
I really didn't like him as much. It was still cool, but they should have kept him. Robert Englund should have kept the character angry. Really angry Freddy was the best Freddy.
Well, I mean, when you throw in other directors and stuff like that, because remember the second one was totally different director,
Yes.
and then they started taking it away
Mm-hmm.
from Wes Craven,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing that happened with Hellraiser.
Yep.
You know,
Hellraiser 1 is amazing.
yeah, and 2 wasn't bad either,
Mm-hmm.
but once they started going off on these tangents and stuff like that, the director didn't want to do it anymore. He was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is ridiculous. And then Doug Bradley was like, where are you taking this? I don't even want to be in this anymore. And then they tried to bring back Ashley Lawrence, and it made sense, and I like that one. But then she was like, I don't even want to do this anymore because you're going out in left field. The latest one in that series is I would not suggest it for anybody
I
that's
watched it, but I
interested in.
was kind of upset.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I kind of liked it. It had some really creepy imagery in it, and it had some really kind of twisted kind of ideas, but
I feel
it
bad
did
for
not.
Clive.
Yeah, it didn't fit. It did not fit into the whole.
Yeah, I really feel bad for Clive. I really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
They took his brainchild and just destroyed it.
hmm
Man, Fuzzy, I love her, bro. Like I could sit and talk. I found somebody I could really talk about the
hmm
behind the scenes nuances
hmm
about horror. Oh, this is so amazing, bro. I love it. Oh
So
man.
now let's look at when we already talked about our first impressions of this. We definitely
Mhm.
know this is a spoof and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But what were some of kind of your giggle moments in this? Like this is kind of like funny.
The whole thing.
I think the relationship between the brothers and fathers for me
Yeah,
that
that was crazy. That was crazy.
Was it really a relationship though? Like it was.
true.
The ending made me laugh too when when she finally came out that she's a cop, and then the other cop came to arrest the dad, and he was like, oh, they was, the brother was like, oh, he's gonna be all right. He's gonna talk his way out, and then he takes the cop's gun. He's like, oh yeah, he's going to jail. That was funny to me.
Yeah.
That was fun because I didn't expect dad to take the cop's gun like that. That was funny. And I know that was an improvisation as well. It made me laugh.
I'd
I just
say.
like.
I'm
No,
sorry.
I was just gonna say that I liked when Felicia's character just kept on staring at everybody. And it's
Yeah.
like, and they kept on talking. It's like, what don't you get?
Like she taking pictures. She got like she's a police officer. Y'all just keep. And when he stole the $200 out her pocketbook, out her purse, and she went to him to get it back, that was crazy too. Pops was a klepto.
Yeah. The fact that he took the money but didn't take the gun, it's like, she's going to figure it out.
Like, that was crazy.
There was actually a couple scenes in it that got me chuckling. The one that got me good was when Felissa Rose first showed up, and the guy wanted to hit on her, and the other guy was just like, "I heard she had a penis." Like that was clearly a joke back at Sleepaway Camp.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's like, "What? I don't know. I just heard she has." Like that was a good one I got. And then when the two sons and dad were in the tent filming that one scene, the dad legit looked like he was sleeping, but I don't think he was supposed to be sleeping. Like his kids are talking, and I think he's supposed to be kind of engaged, but it looked like his eyes were closed and he was out. And then I think the last scene that I chuckled at was I think his name was Larry. They were just like, "Oh, Larry, you won the role. Oh, you have hepatitis C. You're out." And they just like kicked him out. It was just like, "Oh, you won," and then it's just like, "Oh, you have hepatitis C." Like, how did they find that out right away? It was so random and just like I couldn't help but laugh at it.
Yeah.
Well, that was funny in itself. It's like yeah, we have to make sure you don't have like VD or anything. And I'm like, what are they planning on doing with these campers?
They were gonna make a different type of movie at that point.
At the other one too, when he met a guy that he was on a set with before, and he was like, "Damn, you down bad." When they pulled up to him in the car, and he was like, "Man, can I get that $20 that I loaned you when we was on set?" He was like, "Yeah, back away from the car so I could get it." And he drove off on him. I was like, "Oh my god, that was crazy too." I like that too.
I like the fact that the nurse wrapped his head over a black eye. Like,
yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
First, she put like a patch on his cheek. It was like maybe a patch on his eye, possibly, but then he could still see fine. But then she wrapped his head. I'm like, oh, okay. And they're going to just stroll around together, and he's got like a thing wrapped around his jaw. I was like, yeah, it had a lot of little funny, like inside joke kind of things, but overall, it was like, painful. I can't believe she picked this movie. I can't.
It goes back to what Presto said. A bunch of friends got together. Let's just shoot it this day. I think that movie was shot in one day, maybe two.
Yeah, because they had the night scene and then like the following day, or maybe they filmed them in like reverse order. But yeah, it probably didn't take them that long to film it, but it touched on all the right points, kind of thing, as far as if you're going for the comedy route, like chopped up people and whatnot. And then I thought it was kind of funny when the one woman was going to, counter the person with the hatchet with a chainsaw, and it's like, oh, this is going to get interesting. Oh wait, she held it too close to her head. It's like, how do you do that? But that was
crazy. I thought they was about to get busy with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Typical blonde ditzy girl in horror movie. Either trips while running away or doesn't know how to use a chainsaw.
That's what they were going for too.
It probably took me longer to watch this movie in a day than it took to film it.
I still don't understand where his car went, unless they're trying to say that people,
I don't know where that
the camp guy and the nurse took it or something, or maybe some of the people that keep on escaping from the insane asylum, which that was
let's talk about that. Let's talk about the mental patient.
I thought that was a real cop at first in the movie.
Yeah,
I thought that was a real cop at first.
It's like, I need backup. Wait.
I bust out laughing when he picked up that shoe. I was like, oh my god. I thought he was about to get naked.
Yeah,
and I'm like, where they come? Where the orderlies come out of nowhere? Like, where the They track him like that's crazy. I'm like, they tracked him all the way from the insane asylum.
Mm,
Well, I'm wondering how close the asylum
Was to the
was.
camp, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have followed them back to the asylum. Like, can I use your phone or something? But man, oh man, yeah, that was wild. And they got fooled on it twice. And then the I guess the final cop was the actual brother of the guy that main actor beat up on, or I guess he didn't really beat up on him, but he threatened him. He's like, he's got mental disorder. He's he's got mental problems, and he's up there shooting them with like a bubble gun and a star, one of those star blade things. It's like,
oh man,
uh,
to come up with that stuff, bro. I was like, I know it was like a day. A day shot.
How was this compared to like Scary Movie, which we knew was supposed to be, you know, straight up comedy?
Yeah.
Scary Movie is funny. The Wayne's family is just funny, man. They can just start laughing and make you laugh. So they're like funny. So it's Scary Movie was definitely better. Because the timing and the spoofs were, you know, well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
They sat down and really thought them out. These guys did it off the muscle, right? Like that was just off the whim. You could tell. I really believe that's what they did.
I mean, the Scary Movies, I don't feel like they aged well. Like 1 and 2 were really good, I think, and then after that they kind of started going downhill. And like one of them was on TV the other day, and I was watching it, and like some of the scenes are almost like cringeworthy, where you're just like, "Wow, this is so corny." I feel bad for even watching this. How the hell did they even film this scene? Like, so, but you definitely knew like there was part that you still were kind of interested because it was like, okay, they're making fun of horror movies. Let me see if I can name the horror movies, because usually there's like 5 or 6 different horror movies in a scary movie. So there's always that part where it's like kind of keeps you guessing, and you've seen the one movie, so you kind of see how they twisted it to make it their own. Where this movie was just kind of like, I didn't know anything about it. Most of these movies she comes up with for us to watch, I know nothing about. And sometimes I look them up on IMDb, sometimes I won't. This was one where like I didn't know. I was like, are they supposedly making a spoof? Are they really trying here? Where like I shouldn't make, like, I was kind of confused for most of the movie, and I think I still am, because I'm like, I think part of me thinks they really were trying. Like they were using what was available to them for the weekend, and they shot this movie. Like the blood didn't even look like blood. Like it was like, yeah.
It was ketchup. Runny ketchup.
Exactly. Like, yikes.
Now, for me, between like Scary Movie and this, I give it to Scary Movie, or at least like the first few of them. This was funny in a different way. Like this feels like something that either friends of yours would make, kind of thing, or like you already know it's the lower budget, so it's like you kind of give it a little bit of a pass. But this probably would have been more of a crack up being on set kind of thing, or being like an extra in this type of deal where, like kind of like what Cole was saying, some of it you could see was improv, or just kind of they tried a few different lines, and then whatever one made more people laugh, because there were a couple of points where you could see that the brother was trying to hold in a laugh when his younger brother was like crying or complaining about something with dad, and it's like they definitely had to keep it together on some stuff, but yeah, it was fine. But yeah, Scary Movie, hands down, at least the first couple of them, those definitely were more in tune with like a Naked Gun and being somewhat serious and funny at the same time, and having it where everything made sense or worked, kind of deal.
I couldn't have been on a set of Naked Gun, man. I don't think I could have held it together.
Yeah, you could tell there were probably a lot of outtakes on things like that,
Yes.
just for the fact
They spent
where
a lot
like,
of money on outtakes, bro. I know they did, man. That's
like, we just got to film this one scene, and 6 hours later, we're still filming the same scene.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me. So I know Fuzzy was there, but we were on the set of Grinds, and Lynn Lowry was waiting for her scene or whatever, and it was supposed to be like maybe half an hour, and 2.5 hours later they come and get her. I was like, movie magic is slow.
it is. It is. It
So
really is.
she was trying to take a nap and everything, just trying to make the time go by. I was like, movie magic is slow. So here's my question: how does this fit? Because remember, Caesar and Otto's anything is supposed to have some type of connection to what to what they put in their screenplay. They're supposed to have a connection with the original material. Do you see that with this and Sleepaway Camp?
I think with me, I think they made certain gestures towards it, but I don't think they nailed it. I don't think they nailed it. So a person that's not like even a person that watched the original Sleepaway Camp or any of this, they're not going to come away thinking, "Oh, this is this could fit in the Sleepaway Camp trilogy," because they did a poor job. They only had her. That's it. And they made a couple of gestures or innuendos towards the movie. But even a person that's a diehard Sleepaway Camp person are not going to get it. Like you got to really be in tune to the behind the scenes stuff for them, like me and you are. The regular person is not really going to get it.
So besides Fuzzy, has everybody else seen all of the Sleepaway Camp? Because I know he didn't.
Yes,
I only saw the first one.
I saw 1, 2. I didn't see 3.
Fuzzy,
How
did I
many?
make you watch Sleepaway?
I think at least the first one, yeah.
Okay.
So, how do they make more? Like the first one, you find out, shit, she's a dude. Then the next one, do you find out, oh shit, that guy is really a female. Then the third one, it's like, oh shit, they're twins. Like I don't know. Like how do you keep making these?
So the first one was originally Angela. She was a camper. The second one, she was returning as a camp counselor.
Yep.
And then was the third one where she was like a director or co-director of it?
Yes.
Yeah. So she's rising in her ranks, in the ranks of summer camps here. But yeah, that was the whole thing. And then this one kind of like kind of wedges itself in between the third and the fifth one. The fifth one was supposed to be where this woman, she really doesn't know who she kind of is or whatever. She's having nightmares, so she goes back to this traumatic, experience that she experienced and stuff, and it was the Sleepaway Camp. And the whole kind of point is that they made it into, I don't know what the original plot was, but what they made it into was she has these nightmares. She's trying to figure out, why is this so traumatic? What happened? But we really still don't know by the end whether she's Angela with amnesia or if she was a previous victim. We assume that she was a previous victim that actually escaped, but it really is not clear in the movie. So
We need to make 5 of them to find that out.
yeah, pretty much. So if if the 5th was actually the 4th, it kind of would have made sense. I think it's really a cheap, lazy way of ending the whole series. In all honesty, but again, only like less than 40 minutes was even filmed,
Yeah.
and I don't even think it was even 30 minutes that was
The
filmed.
studio said, "Nah, we ain't doing this."
Exactly, that's exactly what they did. They said,
but
nope, we're not giving you more money.
it's crazy when you think something like that, where they made 4 of them already, so there's some kind of fan base behind it, got the plug pulled on it, but then this movie you made us watch actually was able to be completed and distributed, maybe? I don't know.
Well, I mean, distributed on streaming, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're in a
like
different era now.
someone convinced Tubi to put it on there. Like, yo,
Yeah,
Tubi, put it
yeah,
on here. So
yeah.
now, because you made us 3 watch it, now the director is going to get a royalty check of like 75 cents next month.
Probably. But it's the funniest thing is that these probably, I'm not gonna say exactly, but I've noticed that for example, Corn Zombies, right? The one that I had mentioned earlier that's gonna be filming early September.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still looking for extras, by the way, and some classic cars. I'll put the link up for the Google registration if anybody knows anybody that wants to go out to Illinois. But their movie's on there for free. So the Return of the Corn Zombies is actually the second installment to the Corn Zombies.
Mm-hmm.
It's on YouTube for free. So there were a lot of movies that people just put up on free on YouTube. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was originally on YouTube. And then
It
everybody's like,
is.
wait a minute, we got a little following. Let's go see if we can put it on a paying service and actually get some money for this.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
More power to them.
Yeah. So there's some students put their films on there, or some people that like to just make movies and stuff like that, like single camera or whatever, or their phones. But there's a whole bunch of free movies on YouTube that just kind of average people make, and some of them aren't bad at all. In fact, we're going to be reviewing one next, either if it's not next week, the week after. Because it's not bad.
Bro, what's that movie that won the Oscar? La La Land, I think it was. La
Uh-huh.
La Land was part of it was shot on the iPhone. So yeah.
That
I
other
mean,
movie, Monkey Man or whatever that came out, that was
Mm-hmm.
shot on an iPhone too due to budget cuts. Well, some of it at least.
Mm-hmm.
it can be an effective way for you to complete your film if you're out of budget money. But sometimes it doesn't come off very
Yeah.
well either.
Yeah, you gotta be your creativity gotta be really good. And the iPhone and other phones are, as you know, the video recorders are as strong as movie cameras these days, and you got to do a lot of you got to have a lot of attachments for your iPhone though. But
Yeah, get the lighting and all that, for the scene. But
yeah,
I guess it makes for a great tool for up and coming, film artists and things like that. Like,
mm-hmm.
because if they can do a concept, and let's say they just do like a short, like this 15 to 30 minutes or something like that, filmed on their iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
somebody might see that and be like, this person has talent. Let's give them a little bit better budget. Let's see what they can do. And,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, man. I'm not mad at any guy that picks up his camera and shoots and edits and puts a movie out or a TV
Mhm.
show. I am supportive of it. If I like it, I'm going to support it because, man, it's harder to do that than the younger kids that are in, running the music business these days. Like
Yeah.
it's harder. The kids that are shooting movies nowadays, they have a harder time, man. Like that's no offense to the music industry these days, but that movie and I might be a little biased, Fuzzy, you know why, but that movie and TV, man, it's that creativity is different, man. And I hats off to everybody, man. Whether I don't like your movie or not, I'm still gonna. That's why you notice I haven't said any like if the movie sucks or what during this critique because I have an affinity for people who pick up their camera and try or make a movie, man. I just it's amazing to me. That creativity is amazing to me, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
Agreed.
Now we can agree that sometimes we can fast forward through a movie because we don't need to see all the details.
That is
I mean,
true.
some of them, yeah, you can skip through kind of thing, almost like you're skimming through a book kind of deal, similar deal. But
That is true. And then you have those movies that you've seen a million times that you just keep watching. Like it's certain movies that I watch at least once a month without like I have to watch at least once a month.
Or if it's on TV, you always turn it on.
Yeah. Even if I have it, like I'm like that. Even if I have the movie, because I have every streaming service, man. Every last streaming service that exists, I have it. And like my favorite movie of all time is The Godfather Part 1 and 2. I have to watch those two movies once a month. Or if I missed it this month because I was in the hospital. But I have to watch them. It's just certain movies. Friday the 13th, I have to watch. It's just certain movies I have to watch, man. I don't know, man. Maybe I need help.
No, because we do the same thing. Although Fee a lot more so, because there are movies. She's like, oh yeah, this is like 35, 36 times or something like that, and it's not even like 6 months into the year. Yeah, well, no, I know there's ones you've watched over 100 times, but
I just have to. I just have to. I don't care how. Like I'll be mumbling the words, and if my wife is sitting with me, she'll be like, "Could you please stop? I know you watch the movie a lot, but I'm trying to watch." Like it's just. Presto's probably gonna hate me for saying this, but my least favorite horror movie, yes, is the Scream franchise. I watch them; they're likable. It's just out of all my horror favorites, the Scream franchise is at the bottom.
Well, we appreciate you being on the show this week, but we're going to have to cut it short and remind me not to invite you again.
Oh, man. I like Ghostface. I love Wes Craven. Come on. But it's just, I don't know, man.
Your least favorite? Think of all the other horror franchises that, like Leprechaun.
But
Leprechaun better than Scream?
No. I'm just talking about, but you can't compare Leprechaun to Scream. Like Ghostface is a top echelon killer, so you can't. I'm just putting him with the top echelons. Like I put Norman Bates before Ghostface. Norman comes before Ghostface.
But Norman's really not a franchise. Like
what?
They made more than one?
Yeah, there's more than one Psycho. What are you talking about? The first Psycho came out in the 60s. None of us was born.
I saw that one. The one with Vince Vaughn I started watching.
And then the second one is what, 83 feet or 85?
Yeah.
83, right? Yeah.
That's in the 80s, yep.
Yeah, man, Norman Bates was that guy with his crazy soul.
Yeah, Psycho was a trilogy.
Yeah,
and then it had a remake.
That.
Yep.
Man.
Well, he's younger than us, you know.
Yeah, I'm younger.
Oh.
All right. Well, then there's other franchises.
Look, Ghostface is top echelon. He's top 10. He's top
So
10.
he's like there with Pinhead, with
He's better.
Freddy, with Jason.
I love Pinhead, but I gotta give Ghostface the nod because after part one, and they kind of started, the studio started messing with Clive's work. And the other ones wasn't as good, man. After one, so he's ahead. But I have a Freddy ahead of him. I have Jason ahead of him. I have Michael ahead of him.
Leatherface,
Of course, I have definitely Leatherface.
Jigsaw,
Nah.
Chucky,
That's tough.
Candyman.
No. Ghostface is ahead of Candyman, but the Chucky is tough. That's a tough one, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And the new, did y'all watch the Chucky TV show?
Yep.
That's amazing. I don't know, man. I don't know.
They're allowed 5 F words per episode, and they definitely use them.
Yes, they do. I don't know. That's wow. That's tough. Ghostface versus and Chucky. Wow, that might be a tie. Because you can't. Ghostface star power is undeniable. The Scream is undeniable, bro. Even if you don't like them all, it's undeniable. People are going to the movie theater to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Even
And
this next one that they're filming, people are going to see it. They're going.
Damn right I am.
See, see. But I just damn Chucky or Ghostface. Wow, that's tough.
So, just to let everybody know, Psycho, I wasn't sure about what time the third one came out. So
89?
Psycho came out in the 1960s, like 1960 or whatever, and then Psycho 2, you were right, about 1983, and then Psycho 3
88, 89?
1986.
86, okay.
86.
I love that one too. Even the Bates Motel TV show that came on, A&E was great, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. So yeah, Norman is that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he dresses up as his mother, he's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now he really has what you said earlier, Fee. He really has it.
Now I know in the Psycho remake there was a lot of people really didn't like it because of how they filmed it, especially when Vince Vaughn was like going down the stairs and everything. You know, I mean, they were trying to use some tricks and stuff like that, but I think that's what messed up the movie for a lot of people. Not so much the, rehashing the same story.
They should have had them darker. Like in the old movies. It's like, why is the technology doing better for Norman dressed up as his mother? You still could have thought, maybe that is his mother because it was dark shadow. Vince, they kind of messed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You're right. And you kind of knew, hey, that's a dude. Like, that's a dude.
I definitely think some people found out a lot of information about movies that they didn't even know existed today.
Really?
Yeah, we went off the deep end.
We did go off the rails. Oh my. That's dope though. Like, and younger people get to know, and that like horror movies get to go research. Like Pumpkinhead.
Oh,
Pumpkinhead, the first one. All the other ones was terrible. The first one's amazing.
Second pod in a row, Pumpkinhead is dropped.
Really?
Name drop. Yep.
It's a classic.
I guess we gotta review it.
But he's not ahead of Ghostface.
So I don't do black and white movies. I struggle. I'm young. I don't want to say I'm younger, but like I like the fanciness, the action and stuff. So black and white movies I usually stay away from. So
man, there's some good black and white ones though, man. I'm telling you.
I saw Psycho. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan, so I love Clerks.
Okay.
And then there was like a handful of other black and white movies I've watched where like I was like, okay, it's a little painful, but I got through it.
There's some that I think you would like. There's some. I love black and white as well. I just like cinema, man. I'm a guy that just likes cinema, and horror is the number one. But I love everything, but I could sit and watch horror. If you tell me, hey man, I got Batman buckets of popcorn, and I got about 10 horror movies. Man, how do you like your pop? I'm there. Before you even say how do you like your pop, I'm there. I'm at your house, ringing the door. But hey, man, I'm out here. Open the door. Like I'm a horror guy, man. Like having friends that like horror as much as I do is amazing thing. Like my wife and my kids they'll watch it, but they're not. My daughter, she's not here anymore, but she would watch a lot of horror with me. She loved it. So I'm just like, my wife puts up with it. If it gets too bad for her, she's out. She's out. Like she couldn't watch Hatchet. She didn't like watching Hatchet. She said it was a little gory for her.
Oh, yeah, that's how my wife is. She doesn't do the gore. She'll be more like, give me Paranormal Activity or like the first Scream. But like now the 6th and 5th, they're just a lot more brutal. So usually the gory horror movies are like, I wake up in the morning by myself and I watch them then or at night and sneak them in.
I had her watch Terrifier with me. The movies. She was like, I need to really think about this relationship. How could you watch this stuff?
Wow, Terrifier was boring.
Did you see the last one that was in the movies?
The second
I
one.
haven't seen.
That's so gross, man.
Yeah, I just kind of fast forward through those two.
Dude is crazy.
I remember I was at Chiller. It's a convention, and Mike was there. That was a producer on Terrifier 2, and he wasn't a guest there. He actually just came out with a movie Stream, and he wasn't a guest there. But we were just talking to him, me and my buddy, and we were just talking about Terrifier, and it wasn't out yet at the time. And he was just like, "Oh man, like there's some good names in this one. Like there's 2 really messed up scenes, and I can't give nothing away, but one will ruin your Thanksgiving, and then the other one is just batshit crazy." And after I watched it, I was just like, "Oh yeah, he was pretty accurate with both of those scenes. Like the girl in the bed and the mashed potato scene. That's all you need to say. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about."
So I guess I'm a little different in the fact that a lot of people I know do not watch foreign films. They can't take the subtitles or whatever. And if you know anything about certain countries,
the best horror comes out of Asia right now. How could people not watch?
I know. I've seen Korean.
Yes.
Horror.
Yes.
I have a favorite collection. Audition to me was like the lowest of the low of Korean movies coming out, of any Asian movies, because it was not to the caliber that I've seen from the Asian culture when it comes to horror movies.
Yes.
That was just bargain basement type stuff. But everybody was raving about it because they really don't watch the true horror that comes out of some of these countries. And one of the most bloodiest horror movies I've ever seen came out of Ireland. And I mean, I know it's kind of a little hard to, understand their dialect, even though they speak, as close to us.
Put that closed caption on. That's what I say. Put the closed caption on. Good horror is good horror. I don't care.
Exactly, but no, I don't even know if I can find it. But there is a zombie movie that rivals everything you've ever seen as far as blood spattered everywhere.
It's probably on Shudder.
Gallons.
It might be on Shudder.
It might. I have to find that because I actually own the DVD. I have to find it to remember the name. It said it's Meat something, but even Mad Cow There was one movie called Mad Cow or something
I
like
watched that. Yeah.
yeah, about, but that was a zombie movie. Zombie movies, some of these have like the gallons of blood being spewed everywhere. And then the other movies that are usually the most usually bloodbaths are in other cultures for horror is vampire movies. That's one where
Coming out of Europe. Yep. The ones
so
coming out of Europe are really good.
yep, so side effects. It's called it's side FX. But Side Effects was actually, made in the United States, but that's one of the bloodiest ones I've seen too. So the gore and the blood has never been a problem for me. But my problem with the Terrifier movies is that they're not creative enough in the slashing. I've seen all of those scenarios pretty much before with very few details kind of, different.
No, I
And
understand.
I think that's why I don't like the Terrifier, because I've seen it before. It's not like any more shocking or any more creative than I viewed.
I just think the main objective of the Terrifier is the clown. Like he's just a weirdo. There's no way I see him and I'm standing there. Like I'm either gonna be out or I'm gonna shoot him. Like, bruh, like what are you doing here at 3:00 in the morning? First of all, what am I out here at 3:00 in the morning? But why are you out here at 3:00 in the morning and it ain't Halloween and you're like this? Something ain't right.
I mean, I get that, but I just think, in a sense, that's a lazy trope to me.
I agree with you.
Because anybody sees a clown, even on Halloween, they're going to be going in the opposite direction because clowns are creepy.
Oh, she's one of those.
Yeah, clowns are creepy.
She's one of those.
Yeah, clowns don't bother me. One of our sons is fine with clowns. The other son, I don't know if he cares for them, but
they don't bother me. But I'm from New York, so it's like, hey, bro, why is he dressed up like a clown? Like you know what I mean? I'm like, this don't look right. I'm not going that way. I'm going the opposite way.
But see, if you go down to Philly, that's like a regular thing. Oh, he's dressed up like a clown. Okay, that's just a normal night in Philly.
It depends on what section of Philly, though. Depends on what section. I don't.
Well, all the ones I ever lived, that was pretty much just the norm.
No, when I lived just outside of Philly, I was like, yeah, no, no, there were no clowns, because if you saw a clown, either somebody's going to wind up shooting them or they're going to wind up beating them.
That's why I said it depends on where you're at in Philly, because well, you know my story. I went to boarding school in Pennsylvania, right outside of Philly, so it's like Pennsylvania was like my second home for a long time, and I love Pennsylvania. I actually got a crib in Pennsylvania. I love it. But if I see a clown these days, I'm definitely going in the opposite direction. Especially now that, like, I love the It movie, the old version, but they did such a good job with the new version, man.
Yeah, they did. They
did such a good job. And he's so scarier now.
Well, you know the scene where he does with the eyes and stuff like that? That's all him.
That's so dope.
He can do that. He can do that.
They picked the right guy. Remember, we were sitting like, man, I don't know, man. They got to get the Pennywise right, because he was the perfect Penny. Man, they got him. They had that. Man, he might be better than the original Pennywise.
Oh, we can't say that now. We ain't saying that now.
Oh man, I don't know.
Don't mess with Tim Curry. Don't mess with him.
No, man. I think he's a better.
I think we can both all agree here that it's better than the new Crow, at least.
Oh, why did you do that?
Because I knew saying that we'd all be able to agree on something. None of us have seen it, but we all know it's horrible.
No, I seen it. That's why I'm mad. I seen it.
Sorry.
I seen it yesterday, man.
So
I'm so disappointed.
So I saw all of the Crows, except for this last one. I haven't gotten to see it yet. but I saw all of them, even the one with Edward Furlong in it.
Mm-hmm.
How
And
many
I
they
thought,
make? 3 or 4?
I can't remember.
It's
They
like
definitely
5.
made 3.
There's 5.
It was 5.
Yeah. I'm
So,
counting the new one. I'm counting the new one.
oh, you're counting the new one? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last one was Wicked Prayer, and that one had Edward Furlong in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that, yeah, that was probably the weakest one. But a lot of people are saying that this new one is just a total mess. So it doesn't make any sense. A lot of there's hardly any action in it whatsoever. It's just, it's hard to follow the plot. They don't even know what, how things make sense in it. So I don't know. I haven't seen it, but
I'm keeping my mouth shut because I don't want to ruin it for you guys or the people watching or listening. I don't want to ruin it for them, but Brandon is turning over in his grave. He's turning over in his grave. It's I don't know what that is. I tried.
Oh, they didn't. So
Just wait till it comes. It's going to come to streaming services, so you might as well just wait.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even waste your money. Critique it once it comes to streaming service, because movies have come to streaming services now fast.
Yeah.
Well, there's several that are being pulled out of the theaters because of the numbers and going directly to streaming. There's a couple.
Fall Guys on Peacock. What's the name's on Max? There's a lot.
Yeah. So Alien Romulus is not one of them. Please go and see that in the theaters. It is worth the movie price.
Yeah.
I don't know about the popcorn bucket price, but it's definitely worth the movie ticket price.
The popcorn buckets as a collectible, they're within reason, but I can only see those prices going up as they get more and more detailed. Like that Batman one, I'm surprised it's still around the similar pricing as the Alien.
I'm going tomorrow. As soon as the theater open to get the Batman.
The Batman ones, people are flipping that for like $90.
Oh wow. Yeah. That I'm surprised they even let it out of the theater for
right in the
less
garbage.
than that.
I just want the bucket.
Oh, they don't even put the popcorn in it. They'll just give you a bucket of popcorn instead because they know, like collectors, they don't want all that crap, greasy popcorn in there.
Oh, so okay. So I'll just pass somebody my popcorn. Here you go.
Yeah.
And walk
Free popcorn.
out.
Paying it forward. Here's popcorn.
Hobble out.
Well, you know what the funny thing is that our boys work at Regal.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the first things that Fuzzy did was he's like, yeah, just remember here's some money and everything. Go get me some popcorn. They bring this huge bag back.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They bring this huge bag back. What did it take you 3 days to get through that?
That's something
like that.
That is something my kids would do too. Like, bro, I don't need all that popcorn. And I'm a popcorn head. Like I have a big bag of cheese popcorn in the cabinet now that I'm gonna attack this weekend. Man, I don't know, but yes, go see Aliens. Go see it, people. Please go see it. It's a love. If you are an Alien fanatic like I am, it's a love letter. They really took their time with this, and I'm so happy.
Yeah.
That we finally got the right one.
Yeah. I mean, when I say the reason why you should watch Alien Romulus in the movie theaters, because when we went to go see Dawn of the Dead on the 45th anniversary, or 45th anniversary or something like that, it was a different experience actually watching it up on screen. More so than, because we have a big picture TV. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else. And it was definitely a different experience. Even the jump scares were there again. Like when you
Mhm.
watch it on TV
Mm-hmm.
and you've seen it a million times, you're like, oh yeah, I know this is coming
Different
up.
experience.
Yeah, but when you see it on a big screen, your mind totally forgets about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have this, you're seeing more detail. That's one of the reasons why I like going to the Mahoney Drive-In, because it's a big screen, different atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see them all new, according to your brain. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
like
have that opportunity.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I recommend don't watch it in 4D though.
Mhm.
Don't watch it in that crap.
You know, they'll just spray you with water, or maybe it's acid, maybe it's water. I don't know.
Oh, come on. John Waters had an awesome idea when he came out with polyester and you could actually do a scratch and sniff. You remember that?
Oh man. But I'm really
Yeah. No.
I'm still stuck on this Ghostface and Chucky thing. Like that. Like no, seriously, it's close. It's closer than we really think. It's because they're both amazing, but I
So wait a
think
minute. You've seen The Bride of Chucky.
that's horrible. That's horrible. That was a horrible movie.
And you've seen The Son of Chucky, right?
Horrible.
They were fun. I'd say they were fun.
But you know what? At least they make sense, because if we talk about the Children of the Corn,
Oh my god.
that kind of goes in left field, doesn't it?
Oh my god. They're up to like 10 now. All the kids have powers. I'm like, man, this is
Okay, remember,
madness.
the newest one is a remake.
Yes, it is.
And the kids have kids now, so now it's like Family of the Corn. And it's just a mess.
Crazy.
Nobody has time to watch that crap.
Yeah, after 2, I was done. 1 was amazing. I'm such a Malachi guy.
So I've seen every one.
You got a lot of time on your hands. I guess that's what you do when you're off there in school in the summers. Just watch bad movie franchises.
Yeah, she's a fanatic. I love it. I am too. I love that, man.
I've seen all the Hellraisers, all of the Children of Corn movies, all the Freddy movies. Yeah.
If you think you're bragging, you're not, because seeing all those movies really
That's
is
a lot
an
of movies.
accomplishment.
She's an encyclopedia when it comes to this horror stuff, and that's so dope, man.
I look at it as you rather watch those horrible movies instead of hanging out with Fuzzy. That's how I look at it.
Oh no,
She tries
no.
to make me watch them too.
Okay, no. Let me rephrase that. I have to watch these movies because Fuzzy is playing on playing games, or he's on another podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He's either on a podcast or he's driving. One of the two. Driving.
Exactly.
I know where to find him. He's either in a podcast or he's driving. That dude's a fanatic when it comes to driving video games, man.
Well, they're a lot easier on his hand since the accident and stuff like that.
Yeah, he loves. He got to me. He has I play driving games, but he had turned me into like I don't want to say I'm a fanatic, but I done went and bought a wheel now, and I'm close.
Look what you did, Fuzzy. Hope you're happy with yourself.
Hey, more people get to enjoy racing games. That's always a plus.
Ask his wife if she enjoys racing games.
No, because she's the type. For a while, it was fun having her do some of the driving games because she would intentionally try to run people over.
Yeah,
sounds like
it was like, oh, let's play GTA. Yeah, hey, why are you on the sidewalk? Oh, the people are there. Okay,
that's my wife. She likes to play GTA. She want to blow things up and shoot people and stuff like that. I'm like, okay.
Don't piss her off.
And what's scary is she's a nurse.
Oh, she knows how to
Like
cover
that's
it up.
what's scary. I'm like, man, if they only knew.
One shot to the right jugular, you done.
Wow.
She was ranting last night about a patient. Like I was like, man, I'm glad you ain't at work right now. You might have jabbed him with a needle the wrong way. He was talking like crazy. Man, this being on this podcast is amazing, man, because it's hard. The people that do horror like you do it and love it like we love it, they already have their clicks. If you know the horror on YouTube and in their space, everybody it's clickish and everybody has their clicks already. So it's hard to get in with a clique of people that actually love horror. Like, and just finding people that love it, like truly love it, is so dope, man. It's so dope. Like that's why you never knew, Fuzz, that I was a horror guy, because it's really hard finding other people who love it like that. Like go to cons and know this person who directed this, and like I be telling my brother, he'll watch horror, but he's a movie buff, but he'll watch horror. You might see me and him go back and forth on Twitter. But I start talking about horror, and I'll just start, well, this was directed, and this is why they changed directors. And dude, I don't want to hear that, man. So it's hard finding somebody like Fee, like who talks about that and knows what she's talking about, and just watched all these movies. So I know who to come to now when I want to ramble about something. See, what do you think about Beetlejuice, the new one upcoming? Are you going to see it?
So I am going to see it, and some of the things that Michael Keaton has been saying, like his role in it is about the same amount of time that was in the first one, and he was like, that's how it should be, because it's not really just it's not about Michael Keaton being on the screen. It's about the stress and the anxiety of Beetlejuice coming out and what's going to happen. So you're going to see him about the same amount of time as in the first one. So
which is good.
It's definitely under, I think, 30 minutes or whatever.
And the anticipation is going to do it for us.
Yes.
That's what's going to get us.
Yeah, and the thing is that they brought Winona Ryder's character back, and then they have, Ortiz as her daughter and stuff, and everybody's like, well, why isn't Gina Davis in it? Why isn't, Baldwin in it? Well, because it's not the same.
It's not about them characters anymore.
Well, it's not just that. It's to bring them back, they would have to use the CGI de-aging.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to do that because it's not pertinent to the story of Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To bring them back, it really wouldn't make much sense, as you said, because it's not the same kind of timeline.
Yeah.
But it's everybody that has watched it said it's really good. The one woman that I met over on the grind set that was doing an internship there, she went to go see it, and she was like, oh, this is one of the best things, and everybody has to go watch it, and it was so good and stuff like that. So I mean, it's just rave reviews all around. So
I'll tell you something after we finish the show and we're chatting in here. I'll tell you something. Fuzzy know what I'm gonna tell you already.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the movie. I'm a Jenny Ortega. Like I like that. I like what she's doing. I like what she did with Wednesday. I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm really like I'm a I don't like to use the word fan, but I'm a big supporter of hers, and I love what she's doing. So I really think she's gonna do a good job in the movie.
Well, she was supposed to be in the new Jurassic Park thing. I think it's supposed to be like animated or whatever. And she decided not to be in it because she said it doesn't make sense bringing her character back. You know, so she is looking at the integrity of her roles and not like putting them out there and just, you know, unnecessary situations.
Yeah.
So I mean that's good. I mean when Wednesday is over and
I hope it's never over.
Yeah, I know we all feel that way, but when she sees that Wednesday is being put into situations that make absolutely no sense,
I hope they don't do her like that.
I don't think she'll let them.
I just don't want it to be over. Like she's the perfect Wednesday. Like
Yeah.
I'm such an Addams Family guy. Like I still watch the old black and white Addams Family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Presser, I think you would like them.
I mean, Christina Ricci was good in the Addams Family also.
Yeah,
was
she was
the
all
90s,
right.
93 or something.
Yeah, she was all right. I like Christina Ricci as Wednesday. She was all right, but Jenny Ortega as Wednesday knocks it out the park, man. She knocks it out the park. She embodies what we all expect Wednesday to be. Intelligent, arrogant.
She's a little overrated, I feel.
You think so? She's still young. She's only, what, 22? She hasn't.
Yeah, I mean, she's in Scream 5 and 6. I just feel like there's such big hype for her now movies. Like, it's like, we'll just get her and it'll be a hit kind of thing.
Hey, man.
And I think this is where, like, Leonardo DiCaprio and many other...
He's overrated. I know people gonna get mad at me for that, but
no, I'm just saying that they put certain actors out and they put them in everything under the sun, but there are some of them that say no, I'm not going to be put into everything. And I think that's where her career is going to allow her to do what she wants to do, but not placed in a situation where everybody is going to get bored of her.
Exactly.
I think she has it in her to do that.
Oh, she definitely does, especially how she spoke out on the screen situation. She definitely does. That's that Latin blood in her, man. She's gonna speak her. She's definitely going to speak her mind, and I love that. I think a lot of women in Hollywood should do that. Speak your mind. Like, don't let people take advantage of you. If you don't want to do something, don't do it, man. Keep the integrity, the creativity of what you want out of your character, because it's better for the audience and the paying customer. I want to see the best. Don't just throw names in there, Leonardo DiCaprio, just because they got a big name.
I mean, I like people like Chris Pratt and stuff, but I think he's getting watered down at this point.
Yeah.
Some of the things he does are good.
He's not all that anyway.
Oh my gosh, Anna Faris is Porter, right?
He's not all that anyway. I hate when they you know who I used to think wasn't all of that, and then now I'm like his biggest stan. And Tom Cruise. I'm like the biggest stan now.
Tom Cruise needs to take a break.
He does.
Because he shouldn't have been a reacher. He should not have been a reacher.
Yeah, they should. And I'm a reacher. Like, you can ask Fuzzy. Like, on Twitter, I'm a big reacher guy. I read all the books. So Reacher on Amazon is what Reacher should be when it came to that thing. And they picked the right Reacher because in a book, he's a big dude, and that's what he does. Tom Cruise never played Reacher.
But Tom Cruise was charming in Reacher when he shouldn't have been.
He was the wrong guy to play Reacher.
Yeah.
Wrong guy. But Top Gun Maverick, oh my God.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect send off, man. I just hope they don't do another one because I feel it, which they are going to do another one, and I feel as though they're going to mess it up. Man. But I became a Tom Cruise. I hate it because I'm a little older. I'm 48, so I was, I was there, man, and it's like, for a while, them acting chops just wasn't cutting it. And then I don't know what happened. Maybe he's still not good, but he found his niche. I don't know. It's just that maybe action was his thing. He's over 60 though. He's 61 he is?
Yeah,
Something like that, yeah.
Man, you got to give it to him. You got Denzel bowing out of action movies. Huh? What you say, Presto?
At the Olympics, he came
yeah.
At the Olympics, he came off the and he's 62. Damn.
Doing all that, man. You got to give it to him. But and this is why it's hard for him to go away though, because if he goes away, I mean, he's 62 years old. He can't keep doing this forever. So I said, if he go away, he's done.
Yeah, because he's not a very good dramatic actor.
No.
Nope, I've seen those movies. He's not.
He's not. Stick to the action. It's easy over there. He's definitely not.
I mean, he had a good comedic role, and I can't remember that name of the movie where he was like. It wasn't. He did okay in that, but there was another one where he played like an older guy, bald head, like movie mogul or something like that.
Oh, that was in whatchamacallit? That was in
Was it Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, that was like his best comedic role kind of thing, but
yeah.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder was funny.
Yeah.
It's getting a lot of flack now, but I don't like it that it's getting flack because I think maybe I shouldn't say it. I'll say it to you guys behind the scenes.
Don't tell the youngins that that's a good movie. I'm just letting you know.
They don't like it.
They'll get into a kind of that's not a PC.
Yeah, that's what I was going. That's why I said, let me just talk about it behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I don't like the flack that it's getting right now.
Yeah. So, it's 7:51 now. So I just want to go back to the summer camp massacre just for a couple minutes.
Yes,
Would you recommend? Who wants to go first?
I will. No. I would recommend it to someone that I don't like and tell them that the first 45 minutes are a little slow, but it gets better. I promise. And make them suffer like I suffered. So I will not be recommending this movie. I appreciate it as a movie. It's just not for me. I don't think it's for the people that I call friends.
What are we trying to say?
I won't be.
I don't think you like me that much that you made us watch that. Ooh, we got
I felt like I said, I felt like I was punked, but
man, when I watched this movie, I swear I said, I'm gonna cuss Fuzzy out. What is he doing to me? I'm already sick. What is he doing to me? I'm already hobbled. Why is he doing this to me?
I didn't pick it. This was all Theo in this one.
Doesn't say a lot about what she thinks about us.
But no, I wouldn't recommend it. You might get me in trouble. People will stop taking my calls, man. Recommend that movie to somebody.
Y'all trying to say I had a captive audience here?
No, I'm just saying that movie, people would think I lost it if I recommend that movie.
I think
And
that
I,
movie could win every Razzie
Friendship.
available.
It would definitely ruin friendships,
Mhm.
especially in the groups that we're in, like whether it's
Yeah.
gaming or movies or books. I'm not reckon you're gonna get me
So,
in trouble.
so as I was saying, we have to review the movies that are not always favorable too,
True.
to save
That's a
people
stretch, yeah.
from. I'm just
You were
saying,
putting it
our waste
nicely. I
of time,
understand.
Oh my god.
our waste of time saves other people.
Mhm.
That is
I'm
true.
never
Not
getting
only
that,
did you
that
make
hour and
me
a half
watch
back.
it, yeah. Not only do I have to watch it, we have to talk about it.
Which is good because this is what makes this podcast different than other uh horror podcasts is because it's like it's almost like a movie club, like a book club, like a movie club. It's like you watch the movie and then you talk about it. And others don't really do it like that. They just review movies. They don't really talk about movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just review a movie, specific movie, and they move on.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what.
I think that sometimes we have to, especially with the younger generation, as far as, hey, I've seen the latest and greatest, what else do I watch? Well, we got to go to the movies that we grew up on at that point. But
Mhm.
there's a sea of them. There's just this vast ocean of movies, and what do you spend your time on, and what do you pass over? There are some really
Exactly.
great ones that never got the advertisement, right?
Yep.
They like High Tension, for example.
Mm.
Nope, High Tension was a good
Mm.
Classic.
movie.
It was. It was. That's what I
But,
said. You just, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was a good movie. And, was it the best of the best? Probably not. But it was a good movie and it is worth a watch. Um, and there's so many more that are on eBay that you can buy, or on Amazon that you can buy, that you have that favorite person in, but you don't know whether it's worth it to spend that money.
Oh my brother is listening, and he just texted me and said, "Gremlins 2 is trash, though."
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
Hmm.
he's crazy.
Your
This is a
brother's
He's not coming to the
tripping.
cookout
You're
next
yeah.
year.
tripping with Ghostface. Oh
This is an
man.
argument me and him been having the last few days. That's why he said that.
well, I think you have a supporter on your behalf, right, Presto?
Yeah,
On
Gremlins
that
2 is
one, yeah.
not
But
trash.
now I got
Gremlins
I
2
got
is
to
not
convert him
trash.
on Ghostface.
I don't dislike Ghostface. I just said he's top 10, but it's
Listen,
hard to get in my top 5, man.
he's top 5. You couldn't even
I
name
don't
5
know,
that were
man.
before Ghostface. You
I can
named
name.
4. You named Michael, Jason, Freddy.
Uh-huh.
Ghostface will be in there. Because
He's only up to 5.
all the other ones you were saying they were out
He
of
don't
there.
come before Leatherface though.
Okay, so Leatherface is 4 and Ghostface is 5.
No, he don't come before Norman either.
Uh-oh.
Norman, the foreman. I get
Norman's
it.
not top 5 though. Norman's like 8 or 9.
See, so
Uh-oh.
Ghostface is ahead.
I don't even think no. What's dude's name?
Why are you fighting it?
I think Ghostface is like 7. He doesn't crack that. He's not in that 5th spot, man.
You can't even name 5 or 6.
I'm about to tell you.
All right.
He's still struggling with Chuck. Charles Lee Ray got him hemmed up, man. I don't know, man. It's a tough. The only
Just picture a
difference
little
is,
Chucky doll chopping at his ankles, kind of thing.
the only difference is Chuck got a couple of movies that's like, and although we might not like all the screams the same, they don't really got a garbage scream. Like you can't say this scream is trash.
Nope.
You can't say that. You can say, it was all right. They could have did better. But nah, you can't say.
Yeah, Bride of Chucky and Son of Chucky kind
Yeah,
of pull him down a bit.
Yeah, Bride of Chucky, The Seed of Chucky.
Hold on, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. The monster. Nah, I can't use that because 3 and 4 was garbage. I was about to say that the monster guy from where he had the truck and he dumped the body down the well and the kids.
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, I was gonna take him over, but how did they do that? 1 and 2 were good, and then maybe the studio just didn't believe it anymore, and he still wanted to do it, and like that's because I don't know how you fall off that like that, man. That pissed me off because Jeepers Creepers 1 was so creative, but I can't because 3 and 4 was garbage. I'm gonna find somebody. Ghosts don't get in that 5th spot. Gotta be somebody.
I'll wait then. You can hit me up later.
I'm definitely gonna hit you up, man, because there's too many out there, man. I'm forgetting.
They can't be that good if you can't even name 5 and 6.
No, I said Ghost might be 6 or 7 because Norman is ahead of him.
Yeah,
Norman is definitely ahead of him. No, Norman ain't 5. I'm missing somebody. Man. I'm trying to figure out who it is. I'm missing that goes in that spot.
So wait, Leatherface, Michael,
Freddy, Leatherface. Oh, that 5th spot. I'm missing somebody. That's iconic. And it's gonna come to me after the show. It's gonna definitely come to me right after the show, too. I can't think of it right now, but Ghostface is like 6 or 7. And you know what? I give Ghostface 6. He's ahead of Norman. The remake hurt Norman.
So then you need a 5.
Yeah. Somebody iconic that we're missing.
So wait a minute. So we have let's see. We have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Leatherface.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Freddy, right?
Yes.
And then you have Jason, right?
Yes. And then Michael.
And then Michael, right?
Yes.
That's 4. And
we're missing
Ghostface.
somebody
and
iconic.
you said Pinhead was behind.
Yeah, Pinhead. Now you can't put Pinhead in the 5th. There's too many garbage movies they did out of him, man.
See, you fighting it. You know, you don't want Ghostface to be 5, but
but I know
5.
I'm missing somebody that's iconic.
We didn't say Norman.
Yeah,
he said he might be ahead of Norman
goes
now.
in the 7th spot. He goes because Ghostface is iconic, man. That's Wes Craven's best work outside of Fred.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know, man. It's somebody I'm missing that's iconic and we're missing. And I know but Jigsaw is
Jigsaw really isn't a slasher though.
Yeah, he's not, he's more of he's a serial killer, but he's not horror. To me, Saws are not horror. It's thriller. I got it. Pennywise goes ahead of him. Pennywise goes ahead of him.
See, that's only 2 movies, though. I feel like
he made
you need more than 2 movies.
He made a big splash in them too, and that ain't even the iconic dude I'm thinking of. It's somebody else, but Pennywise made you like, wow? Can we use Damien?
Mm.
Didn't he grow up after the first one?
He said, didn't he grow up?
You think
Damien
his
became
son-
the president.
There were 3 of them that had Damien in it out of the 4 that were made besides the remake.
Yeah, Damien
So it
became
was
the
a trilogy.
president.
Yeah, it was a
So,
trilogy.
Yep, but nah, he can't. He ain't better than Ghostface. Is iconic, man.
Yeah.
Like you can't deny that. I'm just a hater, but he's definitely iconic, man. Like Wes did that.
Haters gonna hate.
But it's somebody I'm missing, and I know I'm gonna. It's somebody. It's a slasher guy we're missing. I know it.
I ain't missing anyone. I already told you your top 5.
And none of them are female, I see.
And that's wrong, right? I agree.
Yup.
You
Yup.
haven't had any. I spit on your grave, lady.
Yup. We've had that.
Mother's Day.
Uh-huh. You also had the new one with remember Mia Goth,
Yes.
Pearl,
Yeah.
and X.
And
That's all the same
Maxine.
characters.
Oh, what's the girl from that we think she's a little girl, but she's really like a 50-year-old
Orphan.
Orphan. There's
You got
there's
her
2 of them. Yep.
with her crazy butt.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you don't get out of here. That's scary than anything. Adopting a kid and she's really in her 40s. That is crazy, man. I would lose my mind.
Trying to get with your husband.
Right? That is crazy.
It was awesome that they got the same girl to play her in the second one. That like they showed a little behind the scenes where like the other actors had to wear like thick boots with platforms to look taller and like made other stuff on set smaller or taller for her, and it's really cool.
Dope. That's dope.
And she still looks like a little girl, like kind of creepy.
And we use Hannibal Lecter?
Do you think he's above Ghostface?
It's a thriller, though. It's more a thriller, psychological thriller.
Yeah.
But in the fight, Hannibal Lecter might bake Ghostface, man. The reason I'm give Ghostface a hard time because anybody that got a problem with that city at any time could play Ghostface. Ghostface could be anybody, different movie. Like Michael is Michael, Freddy's Freddy, Jason's Jason, Leatherface is Leatherface. You know what you're gonna get. With Ghostface, you don't know what you're gonna get. It's just a mask. My mother could play Ghostface because she's mad because
because you didn't put Ghostface in top 5. That's why your mom's gonna play Ghostface.
Like, you know what I mean? Like she could play Ghostface. Like that's why I have a hard time putting Ghostface in my top 5 because at any different time someone plays Ghostface.
Oh,
he's got to.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Friday the 13th takes so much skill to wear a hockey mask and walk really slow.
If you've seen a guy in a hockey mask walking slow towards you,
I'm gonna power walk away and not trip over a branch or the curb.
But
boom,
he's gonna be in front of you like 2 minutes later. He's gonna end up in front of you. Like Jason is the fastest walking dude in the world.
Ghostface runs. I mean, he drives.
But Ghostface is like 20 different people.
Yeah.
They have a reason every time.
They have a reason every time.
Yeah, that reason might not be,
Spoiler, Scream 7. If you don't want to hear it, tune off now. It's gonna be Sydney because her husband keeps leaving the toilet seat up.
I think that's who it should be, though. Wouldn't
just
that, 'cause
told
she's
you.
coming back.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be dope if it's her though?
Eventually, I think it will be.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we would know right away it's her. I think so. They might not. I think we would know it's her.
I mean,
You know,
they're not.
I think the best movie that needs to be made is Tucker and Dale versus Evil 2.
Hold up. Hold up. Speaking of evil, we can't because there's no telling who he done pissed off. I was gonna say Evil Dead, but it's no telling what demon he done pissed off in the movie. So you never get the one demon.
Mm.
My brother is crazy. A woman that's not afraid of a mouse is a little too masculine for me. He's crazy. I should direct his wife to that tweet. Just to start some trouble. He's crazy. I could tell he's bored. Yeah, it runs in the family, man. You try to get him on here. I would love his take on horror movies, man. He watches them, but his takes is oh man, he gonna have y'all laughing.
As long as he puts Ghostface in the top 5, I'm game.
Nah, he's definitely a Ghostface guy. He's a Ghostface guy. He thinks Friday the 13th is horrible. His takes on Friday the 13th is crazy.
Sounds like my long lost brother.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a Ghostface and Freddy guy. I think he was Freddy last Halloween. Yeah, he was Freddy last Halloween. And he likes to cosplay, and he's one of those, man. He's a character.
All right. Well, I think we have reviewed this.
We was all over the place. That's how you could tell that movie. We had no business watching that movie. We were really all over the place.
So for those that want to know, do we recommend it? No. But if you want to prank somebody,
use it.
Go right ahead.
Use it. If you want to prank somebody, use it.
And say what the movie's called again? Summer Camp Massacre?
Yeah.
Well, it's technically Caesar and Otto's Summer Camp Massacre.
Yeah.
They have others. They have one with Dracula.
They got a few others. Yeah. They're crazy.
Yeah, just look up Caesar and Otto's. Caesar and Otto's on IMDb, and you'll see. Or look up David Camfield, and you'll see his the various. Some are shorts, but some are full length.
Yeah, the Dracula one's on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess my choice was not a good one.
It was off the beaten path. I'll just give it that.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up. Not all of them could be bangers.
I think she knew this wasn't a banger though.
Yeah, I apologize for whatever I did that pissed you off. It won't happen again.
I'm new. I didn't even do anything. I got caught with a stray. I don't know what y'all did to her on this podcast, but
yeah, I'm sorry. Like I thought, like,
what did you do, Fuzzy?
I don't even know. Like I thought we were gonna watch something on par with Jason or something, and it's like, what? Wait, did she just cut herself with a chainsaw? No, wait. Oh, they cut his head clean off and left. Oh, okay. Yeah. This isn't a normal horror movie. This is a comedy that's like breaking the fourth wall or whatever and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Well, the Hatchet series, which I like, kind of broke the fourth wall too.
Yeah, but I don't think I think the only thing they didn't do was break the fourth wall. I think they did everything else except for that.
Hatchet breaks the Hatchet movies. I forget which one it is. I think it's the one with the. I don't know if y'all saw that one. The one with the SWAT team comes out there to try to stop them. That's when they broke the fourth wall in that one. I think that's the one they broke the fourth wall.
Mm.
Yeah. I used to think the Hatchets were garbage, and until I really watched all of them, and I think people get lazy fourth one, but then they got back on track with the one they named after him. What's his name? Corley. That one was pretty good.
Mm.
Yeah, we need to really get back to real good slashers, man. Halloween, these last two Halloweens kind of pissed me off, man. I need a really good slasher made, like a really good one.
Mm.
But maybe we too old to get scared. Is that it?
Yeah, we're kind of desensitized to some extent.
Yeah, I think it's just being desensitized. I think if you talk to somebody that is younger than us, you might get a different, take on
my sons, I be getting them to watch movies with me. I'll be like, watch these movies or you on punt, man. They be scared. I love it too. When they do something, that's their punishment. That's how I punish them.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch this movie. I don't care if you get scared. You're gonna watch this movie, or you're gonna be on punishment for like a month. Watch the movie or punishment. Which one you want?
I know, but at the same time, I think the filmmakers that are coming out, they're going with
jump scares and
not necessarily jump scares, but they're going for let me see if I can't gross them out. And then you have the older directors that are like, nobody's responding to our jump scares anymore, so let's go and do the gross out thing. And I think that's what they're competing for now, is how I can gross everybody out, and that's why there's more gore.
Well, explain this to me then. Why aren't American horror directors copying the Asians? The Asians are making the best horror right now. Horror in America they making the best, but like you said earlier, anywhere outside the country making horror is doing a better job than American horror right now. And why ain't they copying that?
Well, they did. They did copy it by making some Korean films and stuff like that. The Grudge. They remade The Grudge and Americanized. So that originally was.
But I'm talking about their own, though. Their own creative ideas.
So
Insidious. That's about it, right?
Well, no, they did one that was called the Tale of Two Sisters.
Yes, I saw that.
So that was the original Korean film, but then they made one in America, but I can't remember what the movie was titled. But you had the girl that was in what was it? Oh my gosh, I can't remember the movie now. Trying to think. I'll find out. I'll find out what it is.
Or at least do what. Dang, I can't say this on. I'll wait. I want to say something, but I can't do it on stream. But I'll tell you off stream. But they could do certain things created, just like you ain't got to copy. But man, I've seen, like you said, man, I've seen some great non-American horror that is so good that people haven't watched, man. And it's even what's the name is doing great horror. What's his name? Gil Toro. I don't know how to say his name. Guillermo. You know
Del Toro. Yeah.
Yeah, he makes a lot of great stuff that he does himself, man, that I love. Dude is amazing. Even give me Until Dawn type horror. I'll take that. I don't know if you played that video game, but give me that.
Well, here's the thing, though. You also have to consider the raters that we have in the United States. You know,
That's
when
right.
you're putting something on YouTube or you're putting something on television or whatever, and you're doing a trailer of it, you're not supposed to have any blood
Mm-hmm.
in the trailers.
Yep. That's true.
So that kind of deters, right? People getting interested because if they're really into that kind of, we want to see the slasher, the blood, the all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of confusing because you can't even have that. And
Mm-hmm.
then in movies in itself, the rating system is just all over the place. What you think should be a rated R movie is they're labeling it as a PG-13 movie.
Yep.
Then what you think is PG-13, they're rating it as an X movie. That was the same thing that Kevin Smith got into when he was trying to um
I love Kev.
yeah, when he was trying to do his current movie that he was trying to get to be PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, you got to take this out. And he's like, it's curse word. We've put this in the movie before. We've had it in Clerks before, and they're like, no, you can't have that in there. But yet you can have a scene where they're talking about, I don't know, masturbation
Mm-hmm.
and in details, and they're saying it's PG-13 movie.
Trust me, I know. I
It's
know.
just really ridiculous, and it just waters down all of the movies that.
That is true.
So,
Right.
but I think we do need to wrap it up.
Okay.
So Fuzzy, you want to do outros?
Yeah, I
Wow,
have.
he's good at it.
No, but this was definitely a fun roundtable discussing this movie. Even if it wasn't, let's say, something that we could recommend, it was still fun talking about it and whatnot, and just shooting the shit with you guys and everything. But for those that would like to follow you on social media and whatnot, Cole, let everybody know where they can find you.
At OGTK Cole on Twitter. Same thing at OGTK Cole on Instagram. Hit me up. Follow me. Um, I follow back. I talk. Just don't be ignorant, and we'll have a lovely time. Anything you want to talk about, man, whether it's gaming, sports, movies, TV, music, I talk about it all, man. So hit me up,
Ghostface
man. And Ghostface.
and Ghostface.
It was definitely awesome having you on here this evening. Definitely be reaching out to you in the future. May have to consider doing like the Alien Romulus show or focus
I
show at
love
some
that
point here soon.
movie. God, I love that movie, man. I might go see it again. I stayed in the movies and doubled it. I stayed and watched it twice. I might go see it again if I'm feeling up to it. Guillain-Barré syndrome have you feel like your normal self one day and then the next day you back feeling a little weak in your legs again. So
Yeah. Well, speedy recovery on that. Hopefully you're back to 100% here soon.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Either that or my physical therapist is gonna kill me because he worked me out like he's training me in the gym, man. So I love it. But when I get home, man, walking to the kitchen is a chore, boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting there though. I'm almost there. I'm getting there.
Good. All right, Presto, returning panel member. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media and what you might have going on as well.
So yeah, Instagram is basically the one I guess I use the most. It's at MRMANYSHYN. Looking forward to watching a movie better than the one we watched for either next week or the following week. And yeah, just hope everyone has a nice holiday and enjoy the days off. Well, hopefully they get days off. If not, hopefully Monday at least. If not, well, I'm sorry. I'll enjoy it for you.
Let me know what the movie is next week too, so I could come in the chat and follow along too. So I'll watch it.
It's
Come in the
Scream.
chat and follow. Oh, never mind.
Scream.
You're not even gonna be. Are you gonna be here next week? Because I wasn't sure. Wait a minute. Did you say you couldn't do the 6th, Presto?
Yes, I have a concert.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So he won't be here. So I can pick whatever movie I want.
Whatever. Make sure Fuzz drop it in my so I can watch it and then follow along with you guys in the chat.
All right, we'll do.
Definitely do that.
Mm-hmm. All right, Fee, let everybody know where they can find you.
So of course YouTube, where you at right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on X, formerly known as Twitter. Ferocious Fee. You can always email me at ferociousfee78@gmail.com if you have any ideas. I am going to put in the description on YouTube the actual address to the Google form in case anybody does want to go to Illinois and sign up to be an extra. You can either be an extra zombie, which they are going to do your makeup. You can be a townsperson. And then they are still looking for classic cars as well, so that you can be the driver in your classic car, or you can have somebody else drive it around or whatever in the movie. So I'll put that in there. Check out Indiegogo for the Crimson Harvest. He If you want to sign up for that, of course, it's a donation to make the movie and stuff like that.
Yeah, I did
But
that.
he's also the same guy that did Macabre Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all like that, is the same guy. So Xander Goldman is on that project. So if you want to do that, if you actually message him, he's all over on Facebook. If you actually message him, you can get a custom experience. He's
Yep.
internship thing, background actor. If the feature role, which is really expensive, but the one with Felicia Rose is still available. It's $1,500.
And the
But
credits is still available too.
yep.
be
So
yeah.
there's tons of stuff, and like I said, I actually am gonna have a phone call with him tomorrow. Hopefully around noontime, if he's not busy and reschedules. So I'm gonna be talking to him and everything because it's local. If you're near New Jersey, it's actually I believe it's called Blairstown, New Jersey, where they're going to be filming. He gives you all the information, just let you know. It's in Blairstown, New Jersey, which is not that far. And it might be a really good experience for you.
By the Pine Barrens, Blairstown.
Yeah. Yep. So the great thing about him particularly is that he makes all his sets to be drug free, drama free. He'll get rid of anybody and everybody that is not making the experience to be a nice, low stress, fun experience. So that's what's great about this guy. So if you want to, like I said, don't just look at those perks and stuff like that and think that's everything. He's open to pretty much everything. Okay?
Yep. Yeah, I donated. I'm a supporter.
Yep. So it's definitely gonna get made. Anything that you see that's that has Mark Cantu on it is gonna get made. So these are the people that if you want an experience, Indiegogo is not a bad idea. But there are definitely certain people that you want to watch out for to see if they're going to be making film, because it's going to get made. You're going to get what they're telling you that you're going to get. Okay. So I'll put that information in. But otherwise, and then Fuzzy's going to give his list of where he's going to be at.
I'll just keep it quick and simple for the most part. If you want to hear my rambles and rants on anything gaming related or even horror related, just follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Fuzzy_Belvedere. We'll try and make the podcast right after this one for Xbox Ultimate on Fun Speculations channel at 10 p.m. later on tonight. PTK Blam's Shop Podcast at 10 p.m. Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be no PXE or Pixelated Echoes this Sunday. 3-Bits on a vacation, so we'll be picking it up the following Sunday at our usual time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Monday, you can find me on Double Barrel Gaming for Xbox Lunch Break Special at 12 noon with Mr. Boomstick XL. Hope to see you guys in the chat.
You on speculation tonight?
Yeah.
All right, I'll come check you out.
Yeah, he's on right now. He got on at 8:27.
Well, he's probably doing the Star Wars streaming right now, the Star Wars Outlaws or something.
So everybody say hi to him in the comments.
All right.
All right.
So everybody have a great time. Thanks for joining us. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for joining us.
All right. So hold on, everybody.